Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you guys are all doing amazing and all those good stuff. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, this is the best channel that you could ever click on when it comes to studying in North Cyprus. Everything that you need to know about studying in North Cyprus, this is the channel for you. And in case you don't know, we are certified agents and we currently live in North Cyprus. We process student admission from all over African countries. So if you want an agent to process your admission to North Cyprus, we are the agent for you. So our email is right on the screen. Contact us through our email and you just get started. So alright guys, so in today's video I'll be talking about quarantine. This quarantine, I'm going to be putting it part 1 and part 2. So this is the part 1. This is a message that has been passed across to us as agents with some schools. Also the rumor is everywhere. I felt like telling you guys and giving you guys an awareness so you guys will know what is likely. There is like 95% chances of this is what is going to be happening in this fall, this September admission student coming over. So I felt like giving you guys an enlightenment on the latest information that have been coming across to us as a certified agent. We got this message from schools, different schools, but we are waiting for some other schools to give us this information so that we'll know that, oh, this is 100%. But as of now, I think this information is 95%, but it's also a good thing to share so that you guys will kind of understand this information so that you get to know and prepare yourself in case it happens, because there is 95% chance of it happening. Okay, so let me just put a background. There is a video that I did previously about quarantine and everything. Ever since this COVID-19 to 2020, ever since COVID-19, any student that wants to come here, even tourists or whatever that comes to North Cyprus, but focusly on student that comes to North Cyprus, you must go under quarantine for 14 days and over. So that has been the case, and the quarantine has been covered by government and all whatnot. So anybody that is coming as a student, government is going to pay everything for you. But now 2021, this September intake, by September we'll be having the fall semester, so there is changes. And whenever you're watching this video, just check the year and the dates, because this information that I'm passing across can change. Okay, just like the previous one changed. Now this is the latest quarantine information. So like I said, it's like 95% genuine because we received mail from school, but we want to have some other schools send us the mail so that we finalize that, oh yes, this is definitely what is going to happen. So the news has been everywhere circulating and other people have been passing the information. So this is, if you see me looking down, I just wrote some stuff recently so I don't forget. So first off, we're talking about the quarantine itself. So I really noticed that this February intake, spring semester that just passed, February, I noticed that some people were doing 10 days, some people were doing 14 days, and we were hearing news. We are in the country, so we know how it's going. So we're hearing news that government is being tired of the quarantine. They want to the financial burden is too much and all that. We're hearing news. So some people were staying 10 days quarantine, some people were staying 14 days. But now the latest information is that all African countries, because I've gone through the whole thing, so like I said, part 2 I'm going to be putting links and everything, but this one, since I'm 95% sure, so I'm not going to be putting link, but I'm going to give you a roundup of all what I've written here. So now with all what I've researched and I saw, all African country is 14 days. Okay, you're going to be quarantined 14 days whether vaccinated or not, so you're going to be quarantined 14 days. So that is just that all African country is 14 days quarantine. Then the other most important issue is the purpose of this video. Okay, so what the government has come up with is that there is going to be 2 options for the quarantine. Is either you do it in your school dormitory for 14 days, or you do it at home if you have a resident over here, you do it at home for 14 days. Okay, so I say it again, is either you do it option, there is no category, as in like, you know, like this one is higher than this one, is the same option. They get two options, is either you do it at home 14 days or you do it in school dormitory 14 days. So like I said, few schools gave us their amount. So one school said that for the 14 days quarantine, the money that you're going to be paying as the student that is coming to do the quarantine is 200 euros. So 200 euros. There's one other school that said, and this two, hey, okay, let me just focus on this. So one particular school said that student coming over for this fall, if you're doing your quarantine in the school dorm, you're going to pay 200 euros for 14 days, and this includes feeding, it includes the bills, water bills and everything, it includes everything. So this 200 euros include everything for the 14 days. Another school, I saw it, but another school said that you can pay 80 euros without feeding, without the bills, the electricity bill and all what you'll be using. So yeah, so this is how the news has gone. But this particular school gave the amount 200 euros for everything. Okay, and some countries are 10 days and some countries are 14 days. The countries that is likely to be 10 days with what I checked will be all this Asia, but all the African countries were listed in the 14 days quarantine. So that's the reason why I didn't bug myself in going through other ones. All the African countries 14 days quarantine. So likely if you're going to be staying in school dorm, you're going to be paying, if you have the option, if you want the option of staying in school dorm, you're going to be paying 200 euros. Okay, so you're going to be paying 200 euros. Then for the home quarantine, okay, this is just listening because the information you need to absorb it, because it's something that I read and I'm trying to absorb it as well. So for the both quarantine, whether you're staying in the dorm or you're staying in the where you're staying in the dorm or you're staying in at home quarantine, you're going to be given an electronic wristband. So this wristband, okay guys, so this information now is both whether you're staying in the dormitory or you're staying in your own apartment that you've already acquired and everything to come and stay. You're supposed to get an app, and that app is called Stay Safe app. You're going to have it on your phone 48 hours before your arrival, and you can find the app through Google app. You can find it. Then I said, okay, it's very important to read the following information so that you can get a concrete understanding, because ignorance is not a excuse. So they said all information in regards the wristband and everything can be found in, like I said, I will give you the app when I really get a concrete reason, like know that, oh, this is 100% sure. So but the name of the app is Stay Safe app, and with that electronic wristband you're going to be paying 75 Turkish lira. I'm going to put the conversion of 75 Turkish lira on the screen. So you're going to pay 75 Turkish lira. Then I said, kindly note that you'll be refunded 350 Turkish lira once your quarantine is over. So the 14 days when your quarantine is over, they'll be refunding you 350 Turkish lira. I'm going to still keep the conversion there. I'm going to be putting the conversion so that you can see. So but the electronic wristband that you're going to be using is going to be 750 Turkish lira. After the quarantine and everything, they're going to refund you 350 Turkish lira. The conversion in dollars, I'm going to put it on the screen. So that is one for the quarantine criteria. The other one, they say, and this one is very important, they say your contact number must be reachable during this duration of the quarantine. Communication must be effective on your cellular phone, that is your phone. The communication has to be very effective when you're in this period. And I said during the duration of quarantine, you must not take leave of the location. That means you must not leave the location. So this is where it becomes tricky, because I know how we human beings behave. This is what where it becomes tricky, because now the government has given option, is either you stay in dorm or you stay in the your own house. It's either you stay in dorm or you just quarantine in your own house. So now If you're staying in, whether you're staying in the dorm or you're staying in your house, you're going to be using a electronic wristband, and that wristband has to be connected 24 hours a day, because they will use that wristband to track your position, because you're going to give an address of where you're going to be staying, the location, so they'll be checking you. So if you live there, this is where it becomes tricky. I just want to tell you guys this: if you know that you'll be tempted, if you know that you'll be tempted as a human being to invite your friends, or because it's not easy to stay 14 days in just one place, but this is what the world has offered at this point in time, so you just have to live with it. So the penalty, if you leave that place that you're supposed to stay, like if you leave your house and go out, or say like, oh, let me go and buy something in the midnight, they won't see me or something. If you live there and they get hold of you, you're going to pay a fine, and the fine is 10,000 Turkish lira. That's about 1,000 something euros. I'm going to put it on the screen. 1,000 something dollars. You're going to pay it clean. There is no I don't know. There is no, and there is no excuse. So it becomes even more tricky. This home quarantine and staying in the dormitory, because if you're in the dormitory you have a very strict rules, but if you're staying in your home now, maybe you just came and you're staying in a studio or a 1+1 alone, and you feel that, oh, you're alone and everything, you can go out. Abroad is not like that. They are going to, as they've told you, they've listed it, that is how it's going to be. So again, if you fault this rule, if you live where you are supposed to be, if you leave your house, just go and stroll or whatever, you're going to be paying a fine, and that fine is 10,000 Turkish lira. I'm going to put the conversion rate. So let me look if there's anything that I'm missing. I'll tell you guys. Alright guys, so basically let me just summarize this for you. Now the government is coming up with two options. Is either a student stays at home, or you stay in your school dormitory. So some schools, not all schools, has reached out to us and giving us their fee, how it's going to be. So one particular school said that their bill for 14 days quarantine is going to be 200 euros. Okay, it includes feeding, everything, electricity, everything. Like you just pay 200 euros and you're good for the 14 days. So this is what it is. When, like I said, this information is going to have a part 2, even part 3, depending on the information. As of today that you're watching it now, as of this time, look at the date there. This is the information. I know before September there's going to be an updated information, and I will pass it out to you guys. Then the other option is to stay at home. Okay, how will this be possible? If like you're using me as your agent and everything, I prepare your accommodation and everything, you come to your house, okay, you stay in your house, you're not expected to leave that your house. Look, your house, not even like veranda, inside your house, you're not expected to live there until 14 days. And again, there's one information that I didn't put. For you to be able to be free from the quarantine 14 days, you're going to do tests at the last day. Then the last day, then they'll send you an email that, oh, you're negative and everything, and you're free. That when you receive that SMS, that is the point that you're free. If you've not received the SMS, you're not yet free from the quarantine. So note that very well. Listen this video, watch it to the end, share it to your friends, because it's important you know this, so that ignorance is not an excuse. And also again, if you ask me, I feel like the home quarantine, I will analyze the whole part. Maybe I will do maybe a live video, or maybe analyzing, because for the fact that you're not allowed to go out and all those things, if you're staying at home, how do you feed completely? Like, are you going to bring all your food that you not go out and all those stuff? That's a little bit tricky. That's why I said this information is 95%. When we get the full correct 100%, I'll come up here and give you guys the information. And again, you're going to be paying for the electronic wristband, which is 75 Turkish lira. I'm going to put the conversion, 75 Turkish lira. When you're done with the quarantine and you've received that SMS, they will refund 350 liras to you. You see why I said this information is not clear? So now I don't know how they're going to be refunding the money to you. Is it through the medium you paid and everything? So this is just like a rumor, but it's also, there is large amount percent of what they call it, truth in it, but it's just something that for you guys to just know, because I know I've done a video that, oh, they are not paying for quarantine and everything. Things changes. So guys, again, another important one which I don't want any of you, both my students and those watching me, to fall is that if you happen to now choose the option of staying at home, please do not go out, because if you go out, these people are ready to use it to make money. If you go out, you are going to pay 10,000 Turkish lira, and the equivalent is going to be on the screen so that you know how much you're paying. So this is the information for the fall semester 2021. If you want to study here in North Cyprus, we are certified agents. My husband and I, we are certified agents in INNO Global Educational Services, and my email is always on the screen all through my video. Contact us if you want to study in North Cyprus, and we're going to guide you, give you more information, even first-hand information before I even bring it online. We're going to guide you everything, and you're going to be successful here in North Cyprus, as in you're going to successfully land here in North Cyprus and study. Okay guys, so I hope I was able to dispatch the information. Like I said, more information I'm going to record again. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.